Thank you for visiting my channel. If you would like to receive additional information, please subscribe and follow me. Now, let's get started. Triple began his tenure as Chief Content Officer of WWE. In recent times, H has acknowledged the Bloodline. Following the SummerSlam VIP Solo Sikoa performance, the self-proclaimed tribal event that take place live, Chief and Cody Rhodes engaged in a heated argument amongst the most intense celebration of the summer, a lack of appearances by Roman Reigns on WWE television. An important part has been performed by Solo Sikoa in upholding the Bloodline narrative in its entirety. The enforcers made a significant contribution and formed an updated stable that includes Jacob Fatu as a member, both Tatonga. They have been using Tongaloa for a number of weeks, competing with Cody Rhodes at the same time. At long last, SummerSlam Sikoa and Rhodes have been shut. Horns for the WWE, the Supreme Champion. During the championship match, there were a lot of, while Randy Orton and Kevin Owens continue to surprise him, presented themselves to assist the American. Nevertheless, Roman was the most terrifying of them all. Taking his prior position, Reigns has returned. In the end, the enforcer was actually assisting Cody. Rhodes is able to keep his gold throughout the WWE post-show press conference for the SummerSlam event. A lot of acclaim was given to the Solo by Triple H. The job done by C in the absence of Roman Reigns. It was mentioned on television that Sikoa was involved. Assumed the duty of being responsible for one of the greatest narratives in the history of world wrestling. Additionally, entertainment is the king of kings. Expressed his excitement about the new opportunity. For the lineage, and in particular for the Cody, the enforcer is Solo and Rhodes. Imagine for a moment that you are a male and you are really short. Length of time spent working in the company receives the possibility of coming up here and standing next, referring to the most famous person in the industry attend Roman Reigns and become a member of a major plot development, and then Roman moves on. They are saying things like, well, you are going away to fill your place, and all of these guys are right here, going to go to that location with you the next time. What's the most popular thing in the industry? You are, in a manner that is somewhat similar to that, and is that the new one? A plot similar to Imagine That Pressure Tale, ecstatic for him. What an amazing opportunity. Success that each and every one of them has been able to do that with the entire group, especially by himself. In the time span of 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 54 seconds, it will start at 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 38 seconds. Would be fascinating to observe what the marketing that is based in Stamford has prepared for. Following Roman Reigns, the next generation of the Bloodline, SummerSlam had always been a very popular event. WWE's flagship event, which takes place on a night when it is the superstars who solidify their legacies. Their names were carved into the stone by strangers. In the annals of wrestling history, this occasion, it was the same as SummerSlam, but with a new name. One Sikoa, who stood out above the rest of the attendance at Ford Field in Detroit, was a large audience. A buzzing electric sound with eagerness as the evening advanced in its journey. A series of matches that were delivered on the assurance of a high-octane, entertaining, but it was C's solo performance. Presentation that put everyone in a state of amazement. The healing process of Simone Powerhouse caused by it was time for the famed Anoa'i family to come, provide evidence to support a claim, and he did so in the main event alone, confronted the opponent in the arena. David Drew, a seasoned veteran, McIntyre, the two-men engaged in a violent altercation, and a match that was intense and that displayed their tenacity, power, and expertise. Are the brew, or Solos, blows, and relentless determination did the trick. A glaring indication that he was not your typical player. Every action he carried out was a demonstration of his, because of his strenuous training and his inherent. The final bell rung, heralding the arrival of talent. The arena exploded in cheers after Solo's victory. To the cheers of the young wrestlers who stood, his face was pouring with sweat. befitting his victory. There is still a look of ferocious resolve. In his eyes, it was imprinted that he had done it. He had dominated one of the most prestigious platforms in WWE and came into existence. In the backstage area, the vibe was triumphant. In the same manner, wrestlers and officials are charged alike were unable to refrain from expressing their esteem for Solo's capabilities, a performance that caused the hallways to be buzzing with conversation about the happenings of the night. But it was inevitable that conversations would loop back to a remarkable victory for Lone C in a private competition. Triple H, the chief content officer, located in the room of the WWE, was making preparations to confront the media, recognized for his ability to think strategically. With a keen eye for talent, Triple H showed up to watch. He was aware of Solo's ascent with a great deal of interest. There was a possibility that the young superstar may develop into a powerful participant in. Triple H, owner of WWE, made his debut in the media space with the brilliant lights reflecting light on his emotion that was both passionate and proud. He went up to the platform to make his presence known, attracting the attention of each and every person. Members of the media were present and waited in an eagerness to listen to his thoughts with expectation. Based on the night's events, I would like to thank everyone for being here today. At this very moment, Triple H started, his deep voice reverberating every corner of the room, as SummerSlam is a unique occasion that never fails to the WWE. The night is one in which we witness the culmination of a lot of effort, devotion, and tonight we watched some incredible shows of passion. Matchable, but there is one performance that stands out. One thing that stands out is a whisper of Solo Sikoa. The room was filled with a sense of consensus. Additionally, Triple H maintained his sight concentrated. The intense Solo Sikoa originates from a family tree of wrestling greatness, and he is doing it tonight. Inserted his own chapter into the narrative of that. His match versus Drew McIntyre was a historical event. Exemplified the most extreme, absolutely breathtaking. What a fantastic. The room exploded in celebration of the accomplishment. Those remarks spoken by Triple H held a lot of weight. Along with his recognition of Solo's expertise, it was a momentous occasion for him to achieve success. Took a little pause to allow the applause to go down. Prior to continued Solo performance exemplifies the spirit of how one might achieve the status of a WWE superstar. Triple H asserted that he possesses the drive to. Tonight, he demonstrated both his talent and his heart, that he is more than just a name to the entire world to keep an eye out for. He is a name that should be kept in mind. Triple H was performing solo SEO backstage at the time, while he was surrounded by his family and friends. A person, the wrestlers, the rising star was still around. While his father was absorbing his monumental victory, it was by the side of Arky and his brothers, the USOs. His side was gleaming with pride, and they had never stopped having faith in Solo's capabilities. He had made them more proud than ever before tonight. Immediately after the conclusion of the news conference, Triple H approached the backstage area of the venue. As soon as he entered the area, immediately after a silence descended upon the room, and he approached Single, who came up to him instantly. The sensation of the gravity of the situation straightened. While Triple H was performing solo, he extended a hand. Congratulations, you did an outstanding job out there. There was a solo that shook the hand of Triple H. The gravity of the compliment is beginning to sink in. There is a great deal of gratitude coming from you, sir. Triple H nodded, his eyes brimming with excitement. Respect. You have something that is truly unique. Keep going, keep working hard, and keep pushing ahead. What you are able to do is not restricted in any way. Achieve as the night progressed. Somebody discovered himself pondering the voyage that he had just taken, caused him to arrive at this point in time. Numerous hours spent working out in the gym, give up the direction that he receives from his family. Despite the fact that everything had led up to this point, he have a feeling that this was only the beginning there. were more difficulties to come in the future, much more history to be written, and wins to be won. Make their debut on social media the following day was filled with a firestorm of responses to wrestling legends and supporters of the SummerSlam event alike lauded C's solo ability. #solo Sikoa is an example of a performance hashtag. #SummerSlam victory was a trending hashtag, showing the influence of his work all around the world. Interviews with accomplishments and the media appearances come after solitary handling of the situation, each displaying a combination of modesty. He spoke with self-assurance about his respect for expressing his appreciation to Drew McIntyre regarding his loved ones and his hopes and dreams for the future. Each and every phrase that he spoke in the future established himself as the rising star of the World War W. During the weeks that followed the solo performance, as his star continued to soar, he encountered new challenges, opponents, each match serving as a demonstration of his maturing capabilities. A recommendation from Triple H had prepared the way, and the solo was in, with the intention of living up to the heights, the anticipations, the acknowledgement made by Triple H. In terms of C's accomplishments on his own, there was more to SummerSlam than merely appreciation for it. Constituted a passing of the torch. It communicated one of the beginnings of a new era in WWE sports, and where Solo Sikoa was on the verge of becoming. And as they watched him, he became the central figure, path that they were aware of as it unfolded, observing the beginning of a new legend in the field of the process of making.